Hello and welcome to another video of Factorio. I am Deozaan and here we go. Last time we had just finished this automated inserter production, and I said that now that we'd finished researching advanced oil processing, I was probably going to start automating the blue science packs. But I neglected to think about the fact that we had just finished researching advanced oil production. So what we really want to do in this episode is basically move our oil over to where I said would be a better spot for it, or at least get the advanced oil processing going. So I think for now I'm just going to, this is why we need advanced oil processing. Because I'm no longer producing these plastic bars because the storage tanks that are filled with the heavy oil and the light oil are full, which means every time the oil refinery processes the crude oil, it makes some of that, and some of that, and some of that. But the only thing I'm using right now is the petroleum. And so it has nowhere to store these because they're full. But now that I have advanced oil processing, I can do what's called cracking. So I can crack the heavy oil down into light oil, and I can crack the light oil down into petroleum, which means that if I have excess heavy and light, I can convert it into petroleum to keep fueling pretty much everything with regarding the oil uses petroleum. Not much uses the heavy or the light. So that's the goal, is to get some advanced oil processing set up. And I'm going to need, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I hope I counted that right. Something close to 16. And I'm probably going to need more pipes. Pipes. I'm taking them all just so that I have enough. And what else? I think I've got enough steel. Why do I have all this stone and all this wood? Oh, I have all the wood because I chopped down a bunch of trees. Don't need the coal. Don't need the stone. I might need some more bricks though. Okay. That should tide me over for a while. Don't need these engines in my pockets. Don't need these coils in my pockets. Don't need these plastic bars in my pockets. Okay. That's enough space for now. Inserters and belts, how am I doing on those? I could use some of these. Alright, that should be good enough to last for everything that I need to do this oil. I think I'll go over this forest here. Now this process takes some time to kind of try to figure out the optimal, or at least a decent way to connect all of these pump jacks. I should have just placed them instead of placing the ghosts. Anyway, it takes a while to figure out sometimes a good way to link them all up. did count it right. I just didn't make enough. So just trying to be kind of somewhat efficient with the pipes, and I should have brought power over here with me so I could see at night. Okay, I'll stick those pointing down. So these will come like this. And I don't know if they'll stretch all the way over here. It's really hard to see. Those are facing each other, which might be useful. Connect those like that. Connect those kind of like that, but not quite. These ones, I think I'll just have this one go like this. These ones I can cut across like that. It's kind of, so I made a big deal about it being efficient, but it's actually kind of wasteful using all of these undergrounds, because again, each one of these, well, two of these undergrounds, or each pair of underground pipes, takes 10 of the regular pipes. So it would be cheaper resource-wise to just drag some pipes along here. But again, as I explained before, that would block the movement, so I couldn't walk through here. And so I tend to use as few regular pipes as possible and use underground pipes, or pipe to ground as they're actually called, as much as I can, just so that I can not interfere with my walking paths. Okay, so that all goes there. I'll send this one over. Doesn't quite reach. So I think I'll use that as an excuse to send this one up. It'll give me an excuse to put a little intersection there. Okay, and then these need to come over. Just have them go. Which way do I want this one to face? We'll do that. And then we'll have that come up to here. And then these ones, they can come up. We'll extend this out this way. Okay, so now everything should be connected. Nope, these are not connected yet. Okay, so though these are connected that way, those are connected to here, these are connected to here, these are connected to here, that goes over there, that's connected to that. These are connected to there, which is connected to that, which goes over here, and these are connected to this area. Okay, so they should all be pumping. Well, they should all be able to pump. into the pipes to somewhere once I get power connected. So I am going to which way do I want? I think I'll store the fuel or the oil. Might be, well, I might want to, I'm going to have to get some pipes going back to the bus. And I want to have the plastic bars come back this way. But there's a lot of space up here that I could extend the refineries and things up instead of over. So I think I will do, I think I'll store the oil, the crude oil, over here. And I've heard, I don't know how accurate this is or if it's outdated or not, but I've heard that if you line up the storage tanks directly with the pipe, so if this was moved up one so it could flow straight into it, for some reason that restricts that messes up with the flow of, it reduces the throughput of the fluid, and so if you offset it by one, then that doesn't mess with it. And like I said, I don't know if that's true or not, or still true, but I still build it that way just because of that. Okay, so what we really need is power to everything. That's all of the things. So this is a good reason to use the big electric poles. Big electric poles have a very small range of what they provide power to, but they have a huge, relatively huge range of how far the lines between poles can stretch. So if I put this somewhere, it can be connected to this medium pole right there. Trees. Uh-oh, that one was too far away. Okay, so now that should be providing power all the way out to the oil. We'll find out if some of these lights don't work. Well, we'll find out if that's not the case, if some of the lights don't work. But you can also tell because you can see the lines stretching between them, and you can see the pump jacks pumping. Now, are they all pumping? Yes, they are. Good. So I got them all connected properly. Okay. Now that I'm here, might as well do some lights. Even though it's daytime, we don't need them. But I will thank myself later. Maybe. Okay. Alright, from there, I want this thing. Let's get concrete going. So from here, I'm going to want to do advanced oil processing. So this one requires crude oil in this one and water in this one. So I think I'm actually going to set my water pump there. I need to move it up one. Yeah. Okay, so from here, I'll go up to there. And from here, I'll go straight into there. Okay, so the reason why I do it like that is it allows me to place these in a line like that, and then the underground pipes can stretch, and it will supply the oil and the water without mixing them. Because the problem with the straight pipes, and this is another reason why I use the underground pipes as much, is if you use the regular pipes, they automatically connect to anything next to it, and mixing fluids is a really bad idea and will give you headaches. So if I had a pipe here full of water, and then I wanted to put some oil next to it, then that would be great, seemingly. But if I accidentally put one like that, then they would mix, and I would basically have to tear down all of the pipes to clear out the fluid from them and then rebuild them, and that's just not really fun. Whereas the pipes don't mix with the underground pipes except for the one direction that they're facing, so it prevents you from accidentally mixing your fluids. So that's another reason why I use underground pipes pretty much as possible. And similarly, same kind of design out here. On this side. So the underground pipes prevent these things from combining. Okay, so now where do I want to store the fluids? I think I will make kind of a fluid bus along here. Be a little lower than I intended. Well, it'll work. Okay, now I want to store the heavy oil. Again, I'm offsetting it slightly, for reasons I don't fully understand. Perhaps it's just superstitions. I'll store that there. Maybe. Let's see if I can connect these. Too far away. Well, I could just do it right there. I'll explain what that's all about later, probably. Okay, and then I also want this one close enough. Oh yeah, I also want water to be here. Okay, so if I'm going to crack the heavy oil into light oil, I can, let's see what this needs. Cracking. I need the heavy oil on the bottom and the water on the top. Okay, so that will come out there. And feed into it there, and then the light oil will come out there and feed into that there. Okay. That will probably work, and then similarly, when I'm cracking the light oil into petroleum, that will come up from there and come out of there. So I could put the petroleum tank like that. Well, let's see what happens if I try to move it there. That's probably too far again. Yep, too far. Okay, put it there. Don't really want to, but I could. Yeah, that might not be too bad. Okay, so that would feed into there, like that. So it would come out of there and feed down there. And then this would go like that and be just perfectly in line with the bus again. Okay, yeah, that should work. Okay, next. Let's set up some... Oh, I should have kept those engines in my pockets after all. Let's set up some cracking. So I'm having two pipes there because I'm going to replace those two pipes with a pump once I get pumps made. And again, I'll explain why I'm doing that a bit later. Water. Water, light oil. I think we can get rid of that one just because these two are so close together. Oh yeah, and I need to do this. Okay, and then that can come out of there. And go like that. So the reason why I did that is because eventually I'll want to expand the cracking out, and I can connect these two like that. So it'll be something like that. But right now I'm just getting the basics set up. So again, like that. And it needs to move over one. Actually, this is going to flow from here. And again, two of these things, because that's going to be replaced by a pump. Okay, and that's going to flow from there down to there. Alright, so that is some basic oil cracking setup, and we'll need power to power the pumps. And we'll need power to power the, what are these things called? Chemical plants. And I'm low on electricity. Yeah, I knew I was going to regret changing the directions on that goal. Okay, so I need to run back, get some engines, and fix power. But I think this video is probably long enough for now, so we'll end it here. And hopefully you found this interesting and entertaining, and we will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.